Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gorgeous souls, wherever you are. My camera's a little bit funny. Let me stand back a little bit. Hope you can hear me okay. And I am coming into the group as promised. I'm a little late. I was aiming for 8:30, but there we go. It was an impromptu to come on here and answer some questions that a few of you had posted in the group. And I thought, actually, I'm just going to do a bonus mini training on this because I really want to help dive deeply into this and help you to uncover kind of what's going on. So I've titled this Soul-Led Boundaries and Bravery. This is how to say no to drinking urges, break the wine o'clock cycle, those habits that have us pulling back into evening drinking and things like that, and how to find peace within, because this is something we've all struggled with, and I know I have been in that cycle for a long time. So let's delve into this together. I hope you've had a chance to watch yesterday's training. If you haven't, no problem, but it's only going to be available for a while, probably about a week. So make sure that you have watched that training and let me know how you found the C archetypes and what archetype you identify with, and you know how you're going to navigate through these archetypes to help you to really ground and root into all of your being and find soul freedom. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to cover is how to say no to urges and temptation. Well, this is quite a challenge, isn't it? So first of all, know that an urge is not a command, it's an echo. And what this is, it's a cry from an old part of you. And he or she is asking you as if he or she is still in charge, because that is what we have taught our brain to do. You know, it's time for wine o'clock, it's time that we have this drink, it's time. We feel the sensations rising, we feel that urge rising, and it can feel like a stress response, it can feel like pressure, it can feel like overload, overwhelm. Maybe we've had an argument, perhaps it's the opposite, and it's a really high feeling of excitement and celebration or connection with other people, and drinking socializing. So when these things suddenly pop up, it's an echo. It's this version of you that's asking, and it's telling us like, oh, hey, it's time we do this again. And so we need to understand, first of all, the anatomy of an urge. Now, an urge is a neural pathway that we create, which is reinforced by repetition. Now, it's not a personal failure. It's not us failing and beating ourselves up. It's brain patterning. The soul perspective on this is urges are often soul whispers in disguise. So they're pointing to a deeper unmet need. Now, this is where I love to go deep with my clients, because it's not about the wine, it's not about the sugar, but it's actually a craving for relief, for connection, for rest or freedom. And so here's a tool that you can use to start to practice for when these urges come up. Now, you need to pause, first of all. As soon as you feel the urge, just pause. And as soon as it arises, just pause. Don't shame it. Don't, judge it or shame it, but just notice it. Just witness it. There it is again, that urge. Just notice. And we need to come to the present moment. So where we've been used to escaping because it feels difficult, because it feels maybe fearful, it's a trigger. This is where we want to start rewiring. So you want to drop into your body. Remember yesterday I was talking about how the energy's all up here. Maybe we're feeling scattered and anxious, and it's a call from our body to ground. So dropping into your body. Now, we do this deeper work in Soul Wealth Academy, so if you want this deeper support, come and join us, ask me for the details. But where do you feel this in your body? Where do you feel the urge? And what is the texture of this desire? Can you feel it? Can you connect with it? Does it have a shape? Does it have a colour? And then you have an opportunity, a golden opportunity to really step into your power here, because you can ask yourself in this moment, who am I becoming? What does my highest self need in this moment? That version of me that I am working towards, that I am wanting to embody, what does she need in this moment? And the practice is, you can even whisper this out loud, like, this isn't my truth anymore. Thank you, brain, for alerting me this isn't who I am anymore. I've moved on, and I don't abandon myself anymore for short-term comfort. I lead with light. I choose soul safety. And you can just practice. It's repetition, it's thinking like a parrot. We're teaching the mind and the body, especially the body, this new way of being. So inside Soul Wealth Academy, you will be taught craving cycles, you'll be taught nervous system regulation and chakra-based rebalancing for each energy center that stores these addictive patterns. These are especially the sacral, the solar plexus, and the throat. And when you do this work, it is absolutely, it's life-changing, and it has this gorgeous ripple effect. And so the next thing I want to address is how to break the habits like wine o'clock. So habits are really sacred routines that have just been misdirected. You don't need to fight them. You need to reroute them. So why specifically do habits hold on us? What is this hold all about? So wine o'clock isn't actually about the wine. It's the ritual of exhaling, of reward and relief. When we're focused on it's wine o'clock, we're thinking of the wine, we're thinking of our favourite wine or beer or whatever the alcoholic thing is. It could be the sugar, it could be whatever the thing is, the cigarette. And we're really honed in on that. But actually it's about the exhale that the whole of our body needs. It's the reward. It's like, I have had an amazing day, or I want something, I deserve something. And it's the relief. It's like the outing of the pressure. It's almost like pressure cooker syndrome, when we've been giving and giving and giving all day, and we're drained and we're exhausted and we just want to shut off. We're depleted. And this could be the time of day that holds the most exhaustion, loneliness, transitioning, from working into the evening time. And it's often overstimulation, being switched on for so long, or possibly undernourishment. Maybe we haven't taken care of ourselves properly with the right nourishing foods, or dehydration, or maybe lack of sleep. So you've created a rhythm with Wine O'Clock. It's a pattern, it's a rhythm, but what's missing is the soul rhythm. So what we want to do is like a replace, don't restrict framework. So first of all, we want to identify the trigger, and that can be, oh, the time, it's 5 o'clock, or it's 3 o'clock and it's starting to whisper, you're starting to look towards the end of your day. Perhaps it's preparing the dinner. You normally love to have a glass of wine with dinner, and that kicks the kind of snowball wine cycle. Perhaps it's the kids' bedtime. It could be really stressful, like trying to get the kids to bed and off their tech, and you just don't have time for that. You just need me time. You need your time, me time. So we want to replace this with a nourishing ritual. And again, we do this deeply in Soul Wealth Academy. But you can do things like preparing maybe an alcohol-free drink that you love. Do some research, try some different alcohol-free drinks. Maybe it's a herbal tea, maybe it's a cacao, something that feels really lovely, something herby, something gorgeous, something goddessy, something really nourishing. Don't underestimate the power of music, really gentle music or uplifting music, bearing in mind if it's the evening, you know, you're needing to be relaxing, releasing. So if it's a powerful beaty music, that's really good to do at the beginning of your evening. So when you finished work, if you find you're highly stressed, lots of cortisol running around, you're quite reactive, you're like, oh, I need that release, do something like dancing to some fast music, or just music that you love, that like, you just need to release that energy. Because this is high energy that we're not meant to keep inside. We are meant to release. Like animals in the wild, if they've had a fight or something or a scuffle, they will shake. They will shake it off. Like, they don't keep it. And we're not meant to either. You could also try something like lighting a candle, calling your future self in, journaling, doing like a 3-minute pulse check and just checking in with yourself. What am I really feeling? What am I really needing? And then just to introduce you to some wellness tree consciousness, tapping into your roots, you can ask yourself, what do I really need to feel grounded tonight? Tapping into your trunk, what rhythm would support my emotional flexibility? And your branches, what small shift moves me towards freedom? So in Soul Wealth Academy, we cover things like an evening soul rhythm method. You'll learn the emotional repatterning things to energetically seal off temptation windows that will pop up, that will open. And we do this using the chakra system, really learning about it. I give a gorgeous healing session as well. And this will just let go of the things. It will start to work in the background as well, you know, with you doing the tools, the mindset work and things. It's all a holistic thing. So we're wanting to work on the roots, the trunk, the branches. And then finally, how to find peace and strength. How to find that inner peace, the strength to keep going. I was listening to a song this morning. It's The Greatest. I can't remember who it's by. And she says, you've got stamina. And it was just like, you've got to have stamina. You've got to keep going. You've got to have that athlete mindset. You have got to think at the top of your game, because this is a whole lifestyle way of living. It's a choice. It's an empowered, conscious, intentional lifestyle. And so to find peace isn't the absence of temptation. It's not the absence of temptation. It's the presence of soul. So I want to first of all redefine what I mean by strength. It's not pushing through. It's not hanging on and white knuckling and being a bit like that swimmer archetype I taught yesterday. It's not doing. It's not white knuckling. But true strength is the ability to sit in discomfort with grace. It's soul integrity over ego impulse. It's really tuning into the thing. So let's say it's alcohol. You notice the urge and you're like, yep, thank you, brain. Thank you for alerting me. But I don't do this anymore. We don't do this anymore because we want to bring this part of ourselves, this echo, along with us so that we integrate it. This is the journey, bringing all parts of ourselves. All parts are welcome. Not shaming them, bringing them all along so that we can really alchemize this. We can really, it's like molding our new identity, the version of us that we really, really want to be. I want you to always, every day, every moment you can possibly do it, think about, who am I being right now? Am I making the choices that feel soul aligned, that are helping me to head in that right direction? Now, what happens is, thinking about peace, it's nervous system peace. It's not a mental thing. It's not a mental thing. So the more that we practice working with our bodies, working with our nervous systems, working with the triggers, sitting with discomfort, the more confidence we get, the more strength we build, because we notice, and especially if we're tracking, I have all my clients tracking, because then you can start seeing patterns. And this isn't about perfection. Even if it's 0 alcohol days, alcohol-free days, even if you've been drinking every day, but you've got the awareness, you can see the patterns, you know you're determined, you've got that determination, then you will break the patterns. But we have to teach the body, we have to resource the nervous system correctly so that it feels safe. We can build that safety first, because once we have safety, all of us gets on board then, and we can then open up and tap into the it's relaxing, it's, loosening this grip, loosening this white knuckling. Now the thing about peace, we always think, I've just got to find peace. If only I can find peace. Peace, where are you? Are you there? Peace, where is peace? We're looking everywhere for peace. Now here's the thing. Peace is a frequency. Peace is a frequency. So it's not something you find, it's something you become. It's not something you find, it's something you become. So just placing your hand on your heart right now and just slowly breathing and saying to yourself, peace lives in me. I create it. I am it. And you compare this with anchoring into this moment. I am peace. The breath is the pathway to peace. Now, bare feet on the earth, or in your home if you can't get outside, hand on heart. Close your eyes, call in your soul wealth identity, the version of you that's already doing this, because she's right there, and ask, what would she choose now? If that urge is rising, if the temptation is calling, what would that version of you choose now? This is what I was talking about yesterday, about having to learn a completely different way of thinking and being. And it's asking yourself great questions, digging deeper, sitting with the discomfort, and dancing on your edges, stretching, holding yourself there and not collapsing, not abandoning yourself. And this can take a lot of practice. It's taken me years to be able to do this. Now, in Soul Wealth Academy, you will receive deep energetic rituals to really create peace within. Peace in these chakras, especially your crown, your heart, your earth star chakra. And you'll also get tools to transmute these cravings, and they will become your soul fire. This is tapping deeply into huntress energy. Eyes on the prize, fierce, warrior, tiger, the one that looks a challenge in the eye and she says, watch me, watch me. One day I got so fed up with myself, so fed up with my patterns, and always going back to where I was. In the end, I got so annoyed with myself. And I don't mean about shaming and blaming. I was just very impatient. And I think that impatience just lit something in me. I could see other people doing this journey. I could see them, you know, doing amazing things. And I was like, well, why not me? There's no reason. It's just my beliefs, just my BS stories holding me back. I'm going to do it. And things obviously come up. Things happen. We have to think like water and flow around them. Water doesn't let anything stop it. And if it feels like you're standing in a swampy bog, you're stuck, you're like, oh, this just feels really like heavy, sticky, walking through mud, everything's hard work. Well, what do you need to do to get things flowing again? What's one thing you could do today to really like start creating that flow? So you don't need more discipline. You don't need more discipline, more rules, more things like that. It doesn't work. I've tried that way, it doesn't work. What you need is soul-rooted rhythm. And you need peace that begins in your bones. You need a path to come home to yourself. And this, we create this, like, if you want peace, you have to be peace. If you want fun, you have to be fun. If you want calm, you have to be calm. So think about your external environment. Think about the things in your environment. So if you're wanting peace, and right now there's no peace, what are the things in your environment that don't align with that? What feels noisy? What feels noisy in our environment and what feels noisy in our head? Does our environment help us to feel peaceful? And again, in Soul Wealth Academy, we do this. We actually go around the house, we look at our environment, we go into the rooms and, you know, not sharing it, but just in our own environments, just doing little inventories, because this all has to line up. This is all energy. It all has to match. And so in Soul Wealth Academy, we're not just breaking habits. We are literally becoming the woman that no longer needs these habits. They just melt. They just go away, particularly as you're gathering evidence that you are creating sober days, that you are looking after your mind, body and soul, that you are creating amazing rituals that are feeding your soul. So I'm inviting you to come and join us into Soul Wealth Academy. If you've enjoyed these trainings, if you're feeling the urge, the push, the hell yes, the tiptoe in, I just love the details, I really want to know, message me. I will send you the details. I'll also pop the details in the group. It's an anchor. It's introducing you to the wellness tree. We dive deep. You are rooted. It's so gorgeous. It's a gorgeous container. Small group of women to work together to really shift, break, change these patterns and help you to stand in soul wealth help this energy to rise up so you can be all of who you came here to be. So if you're feeling the call, send me a message, ask me for the details of Soul Wealth Academy, and I will happily send them to you. I hope this has answered your questions. If you have any more questions, drop them in the group or send me a private message. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on the replay and sending lots of love. Bye.